Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. This channel offers lessons in how to read palms. So we're focusing now on the series called Getting Started. You have all this information. How do you do it? What are the steps? How can you do it and feel comfortable? Okay, and that's what we're doing now. And I will constantly be doing this. As we learn something, we will focus on that, and then we will start to put it together. We still have a ways to go, because when you talk about one thing relates to another thing. It's like you have a narrative going here. You're telling a story. All right? Okay, the business at hand. We're going to be talking about the fingers. Now, when you look at fingers now, I want you to be aware that some fingers have a tendency to lean to others. All right? Just the top part, usually. It's the top phalange. This section, the fingers are separated in sections. That is the separation. This is the top phalange. This is the second phalange. This is the third phalange. We have titles for everything in this discipline, and most disciplines do too, okay? So when I say phalange, I'm talking about a section of the finger, all right? So we're looking at the top phalange to see what's leaning. In fact, you will notice it. If a hand is held up, you'll see one leaning. I point out to you, be aware that left hand and right hand should be looked at, because if it's in the left hand, it may not be in the right hand. Or if it's right in the right hand, you won't see it in the left hand. Sometimes it's in both hands. Most times it's in one hand as opposed to two. All right? So let's first off look at these. Get used to looking at them. We're looking at hands with leaning fingers. All right? Notice that the index finger, which is known as Jupiter, that's leaning toward the middle finger. That's the Saturn. And that is a tendency with all the fingers. They all tend to lean toward Saturn. And look at the little finger. The little finger is leaning. The top portion we're talking about is leaning toward. All right? Let's take a look at another one. All right, here is another one. And this one is leaning toward the Saturn finger, the middle finger, and the little finger is leaning toward the ring finger, or Apollo. All right, let's take a look at another one. Now, all the fingers want to look toward the middle finger, but the middle finger seems to want to lean, at least the upper part, you see that slight curve in it, to the ring finger. So we have that. All right, let's go on to the next one. Here we have the little finger wanting to peep at the ring finger. Okay, let's take another one before we talk about it. All right. That's a slight curve in that ring finger. Sorry, in the little finger. And I think that's it. Okay. Now, let's go back and take another look at this one, and then we'll start to talk about them. Here's an example of the Saturn or middle finger leaning over toward the ring finger. Now, why does that happen? Well, it tends to show the character, what's going on in the person's life. Now, we all know the characteristics of the fingers. The ring finger, this is Apollo, the entertainer, has to be in front. The sun god, all right? So here we have the middle finger leaning. When the middle finger leans, it's always in the direction of the ring finger. It will not lean in the opposite direction to the index finger. This indicates someone who can be a poor judge of character, money, and career. That's how that is, okay? Now, let's go on. Let's see if I have one up. Okay, I'll put one more up. Let's take with the little finger moving toward or leaning toward the ring finger. All right. This is traditional. In fact, you will probably see more little fingers leaning toward the ring finger. And it's the sign of someone who has the gift for bending words to give the right effect. A charmer or a diplomat. Remember that the little finger is Mercury. Communication, all forms of communication, language. And look where it's leaning toward the ring finger. That's the entertainer, the one who's in the spotlight. So here's some the little finger leaning there, taking those characteristics inside to expand his career or her career. All right, let's go on to, all right, let's take this one. Here is the little finger. We've talked about that, and now we're going to talk about that's the index finger. All right, the index finger has a lot going for itself. It is, of course, Jupiter, abundance, success. So why would it need to lean toward? Here we have Mr. Saturn, or the middle finger. When this finger bends, it shows a conformist tendency and a sense that personal power and importance can only be gained or conferred by others or authority. All right? Now, even though that's bending, look at the length of that finger. It's shorter. And when that finger is shorter in comparison to the ring finger, it always indicates a little doubt in your self-esteem, self-expression, self-confidence. But this way, it's like taking up for what they feel they don't have. They don't do it purposely. It's just a natural trait that you will find. All right? So I think we've covered all the fingers. Oh, there's one more. That is the ring finger leaning. I didn't show you an example. I don't know if I have one because we don't usually have that too much. But if that happens, when the ring finger bends, it means that the person's sense of fun and self-expression is bent by the demands of duty, work, and family. So when a finger bends, it's something that's needed, something that's lacking, and they use their natural talents combined with the finger's characteristics that it's bent toward. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, that's with the fingers. There's more to be said, but we may move on because we're going to be going on to the major lines. There's still a lot to say about that. Then we cover the minor lines, and we have to cover the fingernails. There's a lot. But okay, if you like this lesson, you understood it, give a thumbs up. And please subscribe, all right? Well, in any event, thank you for watching Lesson 59. Okay, until next time, next week, we will continue with getting started and learning more information. Have a great day. Bye.